Got my nigga T's in this bitch. Midwest UGK, nigga. You already know. I said my hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. This 100-round drummy. It'll knock a nigga right down. My dope on my scale. It be knocking watch lights out. My spot do be booming. I'm caught up in this lifestyle. My hands on this money. I'm caught up in this lifestyle.
Yo. It's time for that Coach for the Street podcast. We back at you with another episode, man. You know we ain't gonna leave y'all too long. Everyday content creators, we back at y'all, man. We finna talk about Lubbock, Texas. You did what I'm saying?
A crooked police
Jesus.
system. Because this is crooked at its finest, nigga. I know niggas. Nigga, I done been locked up with niggas that shot niggas in the face up close as a revenge for something they did to another nigga that they had love for and only got 4 years for stinking something. I know niggas that didn't caught bodies and did 10 years, 15 years, 70 years, not 70 years, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I know people that's doing time like that too, but I know a lot of people that didn't got away with a lot worse, harsher crime than 70 years for spitting loogies.
And then they talking about they trying to make an example. So they like cops picked up Larry Pearson, 36, on domestic violence charges after he allegedly hit a woman several times in the face, leaving her with multiple visible injuries. Pearson allegedly got angry when officers didn't arrest the victim and started kicking the door of the police cruiser. When two cops opened the door to the man, he stopped. Pearson spit at both of them. But they said during the trial closing arguments, the prosecutor, Jessica Gorman, asked the jury to send a message to both the suspect and the society with its sentencing. Pearson had prior convictions of aggravated robbery, family violence. Gorman said as a result, he faced a minimum sentence of 25 years.
For what he had already did.
Yeah.
Without the spit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the only time I can even look at this like it's justified is if you in court and you just go ham on the judge, throw something at the judge, or you spit towards where the judge. You see what I'm saying? I can understand that.
Right. That's understandable.
That's just the utmost blatant disrespect you can have for authority, especially in the court of law when these niggas is predicting your future.
See how they broke it down? They was trying to say in so many words, spitting on the police. It's like peeing on the police.
It's assaulting the police.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's how they looking at it.
In a way, but it still levels to assault.
Right, for sure. They say that's a third degree.
Bruise your body up. Nigga, you got the thick ass police uniform on, bulletproof vest on, Batman belt with all the police accessories. Nigga, unless you go in your mouth and you swallow it, nigga, it's really doing nothing to you. So it's the lowest level of aggression you could possibly have towards somebody.
It's third degree. That's what they said.
Because at the end of the day, it's not causing no real harm to nobody. Nobody gonna get a concussion. Ain't got nobody gonna break a limb. It's not physical damage, bro. It's just you charging a nigga for spitting bodily fluids on you, bro. Well, what about all these times y'all shoot niggas in front of their kids and shit? And they get out. They go back to work. They get 2-3 weeks off, no pay.
Right.
17,000 followers on their social media pages now and all kind of stupid shit behind this shit. But nigga, no real repercussion. But he spit a couple loogies. He doing enough time for 5 murders.
Right.
That don't make no. It's unjust, bro. It's just unjust.
I think they railroaded that man because of his record. because he has
That's a
he
possibility too, though. But still,
yeah,
though,
he has so many violent priors.
it's not too much that you can get now. Now, granted, you said what he was already facing came with like a 25-year. You know what I'm saying? It was
That
coming up
was the
with a
minimum.
25-year possibility. But still, I don't see where loogies being spit on an officer calls for 70 years, bro.
No.
I just don't see it. Half the time they knocking down niggas in the hood with a brick cocaine and the nigga getting time. Half that. And that ain't even worth what they get. But this nigga spitting loogies, he wasn't, I don't know what he was doing, but I'm saying like he spit loogies. That's not 70 years worth of that. You know what I'm saying? When nigga in jail doing and you 20 years in, a nigga
See,
has to come in and ask you what
they
you're there for, and you say spitting loogies on the police, and they say, how long
see
you been down? 20 years. How long you got left? 50. That shit don't even sound right.
shit. The prosecutor is the one that put the battery in the back when they said you need to make a statement behind this. It's injustice as hell. You feel
Prosecutor
me?
always vote for the max. When the prosecutor got
Mm-hmm.
up there and ever said, well, you know what I'm saying? We just want to give him 30 days. They be shooting for the max.
No.
It'd be the judge that be like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. You trying to give him 17 years. I'm gonna go ahead and give him 9.
Yeah.
They overrule all decisions.
But he still was over
I just don't
sentenced
see
though.
that, bruh. I just
He,
can't
he
nobody
wa-
get me to understand 70 years in prison for spitting.
I mean, it's like they swapped him out, man. They swapped him out for somebody else.
But
Like,
then again, this is also Texas is one of them states where they got certain areas that send you to jail by
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
in public.
Can't forget about that.
So you know what I'm saying? If you can go somewhere, I don't even want to live nowhere, nigga. My family, some of the top cussingest motherfuckers in the world. I can't go live nowhere where we going to jail for cussing. And I remember Lazy Bone talking about this, how they was down in Texas, supposed to be performing or whatever, and they was outside doing something. And they out, woo woo, just typical conversation, but they cussing and shit. And he said he like went to jail behind cussing in public, bruh.
See what they call them? What they call them
I don't
type
want
of
to say nowhere
towns?
like that.
Them old backwood ass cities. You
I
gotta
don't
be
want to stay nowhere like that.
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful even driving through them type of
Yeah,
cities.
you
If
do. Yeah, hell yeah.
they got them type of laws for spitting.
We drove through some little backwood spot in Alabama, and they checkpoint at the border before you get to
Mm-hmm.
the next motherfucking to the next county. And nigga, they want everybody got to show their ID, even the kids. And I'm like, in nigga, I'm from up north. The kids ain't required to have no state ID.
Right.
So I'm looking at them like we got our IDs, the grown ups, but they kids, we ain't got no IDs for them. They turned us around.
Mm, damn.
So it's like,
But
man,
see,
certain
but
areas you
see,
to avoid in the South because they never transitioned into the new time of what's
mm-hmm,
going on in the world. Like they still stuck in place. You
stuck
still
in their ways.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And,
And sundown towns ain't just a southern thing because in Ohio we probably got like 10 sundown towns.
mm-hmm.
Them is
That's fact.
everywhere because it's not about the laws and the regions and stuff. You still have a bunch of people that stay in communities that they all think the same. We don't like these people. So that'll naturally make where they from a sundown town because they don't like us. So nigga, if you come through here, just know it's gonna be a bunch of unjust decisions being made
Right.
on top of yourself because
Mm-hmm.
we already don't like you.
Right.
And it's like that here. Like you could be here, police fuck with you. You get caught with some weed, it ain't nothing, a little ticket or somewhere. You go a couple counties over or something, you blow through one of these little small little towns real quick, going somewhere else, and get pulled over and you got a gram of weed in the car, they trying to give you a year in jail, 2 years.
Right.
You like, nigga, what?
Take you 6 months to go to court.
And what? You be like, nigga, y'all do know we dispensaries all through this mother. What is y'all doing? Y'all got
Yeah.
a dispensary across the street from the jail. Y'all trying to send me to jail
You
about
got
this shit.
you got certain country small towns, nigga, they don't go to court but every 90 days.
And that's how it was when I was locked up in Alabama in Coleman County. Cause like niggas didn't go to court right away. It's like they almost sent you to court when they wanted you to go to court.
You gonna be beige before you come in the courtroom.
Cause when I got in there, you know, I'm coming in shit. I'm like, shit, you know, I got money and shit. I ain't worried about bonding out. I'm like, shit, so when I go to court tomorrow, nigga, I'm out this month. My silly like, shit, shawty, man, you might well get comfortable, shawty. You ain't going to no. I'm going by how shit is in Ohio. You going to court
Right.
the rest during the week. You going to court tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, shawty, kick back, shawty. You
Yeah.
gonna be rested up a little bit before you go to court around this mother. I'm like, you crazy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, fine. About I'm going back to the crib. I was in that motherfucker 35 days before I went to court.
Yeah. See, like, okay, Columbia County, uh that's like right up the street from Augusta, but that's where the people with money go. So they got like a private jail. But dig this now, the only thing about that jail that's different from our jail is these niggas get Kool-Aid. They got a microwave in the dorm. And not to mention them motherfuckers can smoke cigarettes. You can't do none of that at my county jail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. But the only thing about it, they only go to court once a month. You ain't going to court the next week, the next day type shit. You finna ride.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like real life bullshit. Because at
Mm-hmm.
that point they holding you for no fucking reason.
They
Especially when
just
you find out or you probably in here for some of the pettiest shit, but you done sat in here for a month over it. Because that's the way they system move. Like that's stupid.
mm-hmm. It's designed to drag you.
It's designed to drag the shit out you. And that's what we seeing right now. This nigga getting dragged. I'm not gonna say the nigga an
Yeah.
angel. I'm not gonna say the nigga didn't do something criminal to end up in trouble. But at the same time, spitting on a nigga ain't supposed to get you almost 100 years, bruh.
Oh,
It's Sammy the Bull didn't even get that. How the fuck did Sammy the Bull tell his way out of 50 murders, 30 murders,
I,
40, anything over 20, nigga?
I tell you what, anybody that's black that stay down there in that city, if they got good sense, you would get the hell from down there before they make an example out your black ass too.
And that's why I don't be want to go to certain places that's like that, even though they be beautiful in certain areas, because you got to deal with that shit. And it ain't just a southern thing, it's an everywhere you go thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's areas like that in every state.
That's facts.
And when you a visitor to that state, you don't know. But now the internet's so crazy, like you could ask Siri. You coming through Colorado, you could be like, Siri, what's the sundown towns and you know what I'm saying? And it'll
Right.
tell you. So like it's like real like that. So people gotta be mindful of that too, because we always going against it's always us against the world because that's just how the world set up for us against us. So you gotta be mindful of the fact that we gonna get more unjust than we ever gonna get justice. And until we probably never gonna get justice correctly. And it's just
No.
another case of showing that we ain't gonna get no justice correctly. Like, look what happened to the girl down in Mexico. They not even finna charge the people with murder. So they finna walk, and this girl on video getting killed.
Right.
Nobody going to jail.
It's man. Listen.
It's fucked up, man.
It Pop Ben said it way back when that it's a white man world to pay attention.
It is.
Pay attention.
It is.
Now you know what I
And
mean.
they
We
throw it in our face all
yeah,
the
we
time.
seeing it visually, dog. We seeing
Look
it
what
visually.
Bill Cosby went through and all these other people go through
and
that be at the top. They
and
slander them, they cancel them, they drag them through the mud, they send them to jail. But then you got these rich white people that do the same thing. They end
man,
up beating the case, walking out scot free. All the slander and scrutiny and defamation of character disappears, and like they go back to normal life.
yeah,
Even when we get up out of a
and
situation like that, our life ain't normal no more. Cause
it's
nigga, if you got convicted, if you got accused of murder but you beat it, look at OJ. He beat the shit, but everybody still OJ a killer. How am I a killer if I beat it?
right.
It's 20 years later, they still OJ killer. This, come on, man. If I
It's it,
beat it in the court of law, nigga, I'm innocent. You cannot continue
it's
to slander me like this.
it's like this, man. I'd rather be around in a pro black environment than ever be in one of these redneck ass towns that don't like me because of my skin color.
I agree.
Cause that's basically how I'm looking at it. But it ain't like they don't like you anyway, bro.
At all.
You feel me? They
Don't like
don't
it
like
at
you.
all.
They just sit there and baptize you for some shit, and you didn't even have a weapon, boy.
You like, come on. Like, I don't know if you've seen that video I posted last night. Like, I laughed at this video yesterday for probably like 4 hours because dude sitting in the drop top Mustang. Police pull up on him. Beep, beep, beep. He got the top down. He turned around. He like, they pulling him over for whatever the reason was, but this nigga just turns around like, why y'all pulling me over? He hit that bitch. Y'all niggas tripping. And he bounced out. He twisted, he pushing this motherfucker too, cuz. He twisted a couple corners and then he ended up, nigga, crashing. And he got
Mm,
his Facebook Live. He got his phone like docked on the dash, so you see all of this shit. You see him driving. So when he crashed, you see all this shit, right? The nigga crashes. He's so distraught. He just turned around and seen the police come. He ain't even try to run or nothing. Then them niggas got out the car and they was like, I think he got a gun. Put your hands up. I think you got, like, you making yourself think he got a gun. You so
yeah,
fucking scared now. You ready to shoot this nigga. You making yourself think you got a gun. Nigga, you didn't say he got a gun. You said, I think you making me think you got a gun. And he like this
I
though.
mean,
How is that making you think he got a gun? They be so
I
ready to shoot us, bro. It don't
they
make no
always
sense,
do.
nigga.
Like I done been running from the knocks and seen other people running from the knocks, and while they running behind you, they tell you, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
And you thinking that's gonna make me stop running because you saying that. No,
So you
it's
ain't gonna
gonna
tackle me, hit me with the taser,
none of that.
threat me, try to call for backup so they can cut me off. You
No,
skipping every one of these fucking options and going straight for the gun. Any police that think like that shouldn't even have no fucking job because that's not the first option you take when something going on and the threat ain't high intensity. Nigga, you don't see no life threatening weapon. What the fuck is you shooting a nigga for? Your ass should automatically go to jail.
they never every officer that done killed somebody down here, they suspended them, and this thing you know, they take them off the street and let them work inside the jailhouse. It's like
And
they
that's
su-
fucked up. So
yeah,
gonna let a crooked nigga go. You're gonna take him away from this job only to put a crooked nigga in another job where he got to police niggas, man. Come on, man. He
yeah.
at the grocery store pushing the carts or something. Nigga pouring lava welding or something at the factory. It's over with for the police shit.
hmm
I don't give a fuck if it's security at
It, it's
Walmart.
it's
Anything that give you authority to have a gun and some say so, you shouldn't have no eligibility for. You
it's
just
like it's to the point. It's like an officer. They quit. They love to try to jump on niggas' ass when they in the dorm. They don't get fired for that. but let them bring some cigarettes or something in there. Oh, they gonna highlight them. But y'all ain't highlighting these niggas for doing this whole y'all free picking niggas for no reason because y'all got chips on y'all shoulder, wives messing around on you. You know how them niggas come to work with acting like bras.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we got
It's
like that, but like our worst prison is in Southern Ohio. It's on the border of Ohio and West Virginia. So
mm-hmm.
really, like all these racist people from West Virginia is the people that's working at this prison. So,
Right.
and then in this prison, all the ABs in Southern Ohio, they kind of they got their
Got that
power down
relationship.
in that yeah. So it's a video that surfaced a couple years ago on the internet, and it was like mind you, like this a serious prison. Like one of my homeboys died in this prison, into it with an AB. Rest in peace, my nigga Aaron Platt. Um, my cousin was there. You know what I'm saying? And it's rugged there, and like they had like five niggas out eating at the table, but they have these niggas cuffed up. It's like this rail that goes all the way around the table, and they got them cuffed up by one wrist to the rail that goes around the table. So they able to get up and walk around the table, but they only have like one free hand that's loose that they could. And there's like four of them at this table eating. The CEOs let an AB out on purpose while these niggas chained to the table. The AB
Mm.
comes out the he come out the cell with the poker out, runs down on the niggas and he poking them. They running around. You mind you, they all cuff one handed to this table, but they can go around and shit. But that's all they can do. So
Yeah.
now they trying to defend themselves with one arm. He poking them all. He just walking around the table just
Busting everybody.
and they really trying to defend themselves. And this shit went on for like 15 minutes. And we both know how long 15 minutes is when you're fighting for your life. That shit feel like a month.
You being tortured.
You see what I'm saying? And that just lets you know how far racism when it come to us, man. You see what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, because it's like this. Like when it come down to racist prisons, that you know these old hillbilly ass towns, ain't no motion going on, there ain't no weed and ain't no cigarettes. You know, soon as a real convict come down the road, like say we've been riding 5 or 6 years and they decide to just ship us one night and send us to this old redneck ass camp and they talking crazy, you already know you gonna be like, man, y'all might well give me a disciplinary transfer, get me the fuck away from around here. I'm not going out there, man, deal with all them racist people or whatever. Y'all can jack my security or whatever. I'm not coming there. You
It's,
feel me?
this shit just unjust all the way
It's
around.
it's it's
It's
because
a
when
win
they come,
for us a lot of times because we
my,
see, like I said, we done seen plenty of people get gunned down on camera that wasn't doing nothing. Not too long ago, it
it,
just happened in Akron. Granted, old boy, rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. I can't remember his name, but it's on like body cam. Like it was like a little traffic stop. Dude got out the passenger side. He had a shiesty mask on though, and he took off running, and they killed him. You know what I mean? He didn't have
mm-hmm.
no gun out. I don't know if he had a
But you
gun on.
know what, cuz
I don't know if he had a
I
gun on him or not, but he didn't have no gun out, and they
not
killed
even not even before you even mention this, not to get off subject. I knew when they came out with them ski masks,
him. It was gonna be
with them
bad.
shiesty masks, I knew right then these redneck white boys is gonna pick some niggas off. They got a legitimate reason to put some iron in your ass because you fit the description.
It makes you look like you up to no good. Like I don't think
Right.
people understand that. Why you think it inherited the name Shiesty Mask? Because when anybody put that on, it
You
makes you kind of look like a threat because you already don't know who the fuck is even under that.
mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
now you allowed to go into the store with it on and do all this. it's just getting outlandish. That's why we
it's
got
certain stores.
red
It's
check.
certain stores you can't even walk in if you got
They
it on
won't,
your face.
because too much shit been happening. They've been running up in jewelry stores and iPhone, Apple stores, and they've been doing all kind of shit with these masks on. But that also creates a threat because the
I'm
police
on the
scared.
show right now, brother. I'm gonna hit you right back.
The police scared of her. So when they see us with the shiesty mask on, they automatically think threat. They
Mm-hmm.
automatically think burglar, aggressor.
Everything.
We got to keep that in mind too, because if we don't want that type of
Attention.
constant threat, knowing that even without this mask, they a threat to us,
Mm-hmm.
they got to be mindful about them fucking masks. Is it that fucking worth
Real
it?
talk.
Get shot
Real,
down having this shit on?
especially going through these little redneck towns with them shiesty masks on, or going in the areas where they are. Like, you better be mindful. You better pay attention what just happened to Larry Pearson.
Very, because 70
You know what I
years for spitting
mean?
on
It's
somebody is not.
2023 and this man caught 70 years for spitting on somebody. This ain't no back in the day shit. This is still going on to this
Not
day.
1950s.
Niggas is getting railroaded off dumb shit.
And what make it so bad, like where he
And
going through this whole situation at, people really gonna have to get behind him some kind of way for him to even like get the appeal and go back to court
mm-hmm.
and get this shit
But
downsized. Like people
but
gonna have to get behind him because it's gonna be hard for him to do this shit on his own. And
you know what's so crazy, cuz
they gonna try to railroad him anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised if this one of these cities, that if you write a grievance on the officer, the dad is the warden, the auntie, the assistant warden, like everybody is related in some kind of way. So your paperwork your little legal paperwork that you trying to file on them probably won't even make it out the gate.
That's what I'm saying. Like gonna get railroaded. So he got to get people behind him that's gonna be able to get that whole system relocated, get him a fair situation, because he's not gonna get that. He gonna get the same outcome, having to go in front of the same people.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't gonna be able to
Yeah.
do it by himself, man.
But this all we got for y'all on this episode of This Time for That Coach for the Street, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the channel. Don't leave about the Triz out until you've been scissored, man.
You already know what it is. Latch off the door. We serving until it's gone. It ain't never gone, so we serving 24/7, man. Just tap in with us. It's time for that Coach for the Streets, hosted by Mafia and Pank. We out of here.
Hey, it's the Mafia. This shit for all the gangsters, nigga. Real story. Jugging out the double doors, cuz in the 6'4". Choppers hitting switches on these niggas back in 94. Basketball practice, and after that I'm back to selling dope. When the cops hit the ab, I done made a rack off of my pager though. When the WAP hit my box, I'ma hit them back, I'm on the payphone. My shoebox getting full, I need to go buy me a safe for real. It's treacherous outside, not supposed to have it, but I paid for it. A brand new out the box, Tootie on me while I'm trapping. And I hope